Hey everyone, Jake here for American Muscle, and in this video we're taking a look at the AFE Momentum GT cold air intake with the ProDry S filter fitting 2016 to 2024 Camaro SS's. This intake is going to appeal to the Camaro SS owner who's looking for both form and function in one easy to install package. This is a premium intake that features a closed air box, a high flow filter, and easy installation for an all-inclusive setup that looks as good as it functions. And the best part here is there's no tuning required. Possibly the first thing you'll notice here is that this is indeed a closed box system. The box itself is CAD or computer aided, designed for a snug fit, and it's also one solid piece. Now, unlike a lot of other closed box systems on the market, there really are no extra pieces here. The housing is all molded as one. The only thing that you've got is this little extra scoop here to help bring in cold air from the outside. So that means that this is going to be better at keeping out heat, and also for the sake of simplicity when it comes to installation and construction. And despite there not being a removable lid, you do get a small little window right here on the top to check the condition of the filter without having to remove or disassemble anything. And if the closed air box wasn't the first thing you noticed, I'm sure that it was this filter. AFE designed the air box around the largest filter possible, which in this case is this 9-inch tall ProDry S filter. Now this consists of 3 layers of synthetic media, each one more fine than the previous, so it does a really excellent job at filtering out dirt and particulates. AFE claims 99.2% efficiency from the filter, and given the size of this thing, I would say that's probably pretty accurate. It's got a huge amount of surface area around the outer side, it's got deep pleats, and there's even more pleats right here in the center. So this is going to flow a lot more air than your stock filter. Now this again is a dry filter, so there is no oil to contend with here, which means that cleaning it out will be a breeze. Just wash it out, let it dry, pop it right back in, and you're set to go for a while. Now we're not going to be putting this setup on our dyno, but AFE does claim a noticeable increase in both horsepower and torque. Of course, your results may vary a bit depending on your car and what you might have done to it, but you can expect some gains. And while tuning is not required for this intake, if you want to make the most out of the setup, I do recommend looking into a custom tune. One other thing that's worth noting here is, of course, my favorite part of any type of cold air intake, and that is the intake tube, because between this and the box and that gigantic filter, that means you're going to get a lot more sound than your stock one, especially because this is a hard tube and not the soft flexible one like you get on the stock Camaro. This is going to have a lot more resonance to it, so you're going to get a lot of that cool intake honk. But the good part about it too is there's a little resonator in it, which means that you're not going to get any kind of weird noises or any kind of drone. It's just going to be pleasant. And when you're not dipping into the throttle too much, this will be really quite quiet. It's the best part about an intake because you get that sound, but you don't have to deal with it all the time like you sometimes do with an exhaust. The box and the intake tube that we were just talking about are made from a cross-linked black polyethylene. This is all made using computer-aided design, and it's roto-molded, so this is one solid piece, and so is the box. So that means that it's going to be strong and it's going to have excellent fitment. The polyethylene construction and the fact that the box is all one piece with no lid also helps with heat insulation, so again, it's going to keep that engine bay heat off of your filter. Now the filter again is a 3-layer progressive cotton gauze media with a polyurethane frame, and it's designed to last through multiple cleaning cycles. So this is going to be easy to fit. Again, it's going to filter out a ton of dirt, and it's going to last you a good long time too. Plus the kit comes with everything you need to get it installed, but we'll touch more on that in a moment. Pricing comes in at about $500, and that does put it toward the higher end of the price spectrum for intakes on this generation of Camaro. However, you are getting a really high quality item here, and the features of the filter, the closed box, and the intake tube I think really make it worth it. And that's really where your money is going with this one. It's through the development of the filter, the box, and that intake tube, because it's just going to make for an efficient and effective setup. So if you've got the money to spend and you want to get something that's going to be really nice and work well in your Camaro with no hiccups, this is a great choice. Installation, as you might expect, and as with most intakes, it's pretty simple. So we're going to give this one a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should only take you about 1 hour to complete. Now there are a few things that you will need to port over from your stock intake, but overall it's a pretty straightforward process. And to show you exactly what's entailed right now, let's head on out to the shop.
For this install, you need a 3/8 and a 1/4 inch ratchet, an 11, 8, T15, and T20 socket, pair of diagonal cutters, and a flathead screwdriver. All right, today we're gonna be installing an intake on our Camaro. First, we're gonna watch a quick video how to uninstall the stock one, then we'll come back here to install the new one.
So our first step is gonna be to disconnect our mass airflow sensor. So we have 2 T20 torque screws that we need to remove, and then we can just slide it right out of our tube. So now we can disconnect our crankcase fitting. So there's going to be a gray tab on the back. You can push in, pop right off like that. And then next, we have to disconnect this one-time use clamp. So we'll have to cut that off and then remove this. All right, now our next step is to loosen our clamp, and we can do that with an 8mm socket, and then we can lift this whole airbox out.
All right, now we're gonna get ready to put our airbox into our vehicle. We just first gotta put it on the scoop, just snaps into place, and then we'll put our air filter in, and then put our box into place. Slide that up, give it a tap, snap into place, and your air filter will just push in. All right, now we're just gonna put our box in over our factory mounts. All right, now we're just gonna put our silicone tube over our intake pipe. We're gonna put our clamp on first. Put our tube over. Then we can slide this end into our filter, this end over our throttle body. Just put our other clamp over. All right, now we're gonna put this end into our filter and this end over our throttle body. All right, now we're gonna go through and tighten all three of our clamps here. So we're gonna grab our ratchet and 11mm socket and tighten them down. All right, now we can put our sound tube into our silicone pipe. Just gonna put our clamp over first. Put our pipe in, and then we can tighten that down with a flathead screwdriver. All right, then we have our threaded piece to go into our vent tube. And thread that in. Tighten it down. Put your vent tube over, push down till it clicks. And then we just have our mass airflow sensor. If you need to make it easier, you can just pull the connector off by releasing the red locking tab, pushing the clip, sliding it into place. And we have our two T20 screws that are supplied. And thread those in. This bottom one's probably gonna be hard to see. All right, we just get our ratchet, T20 bit, and tighten those down. All right, and plug your connector back in. Secure that locking tab. All right, and that wraps up our install, our AFE Momentum GT cold air intake with a Pro Dry S filter, colored black for our 2016 and newer Camaro SS. And remember, for everything Camaro, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.